They are the hidden faces of American history, the mixed-race children of slaves and slave owners freed by their fathers, who were also their masters. And some of those children were sent here to Colorado with a wealth of inheritance prior to the Civil War. Now, the fascinating true stories are the basis of a new book by Dr. Sharon E. Green. It's entitled Remember Me to Miss Louisa, Hidden Black-White Intimacies in Antebellum America. Dr. Green, welcome. You traveled all the way from Alabama to be here with us and help tell this story. Begin by explaining the title of this book. Remember Me to Miss Louisa. Who was Miss Louisa?
Miss Louisa was the wife of a white slaveholder, and she apparently was someone recognizable to an enslaved woman who, in writing her letter to her master, asked for her freedom, but also, remember me to Miss Louisa. And when I say remember me, she's probably saying, Miss Louisa, I need to be free too.
And this woman who wrote it, the slave, was likely in a relationship with that master.
She was allowed to live apart from him. In fact, she was living in Georgia, making money in an unnamed profession. And she said to him, please spare me the expense of coming back home to you.
Wow.
Freedom is something I deserve to have arranged as soon as possible.
This book is so fascinating. I couldn't get enough of it when I was reading it. It's all true, based on letters and historical records, but it's a difficult part of history to tell because it's so different from what we've heard and been taught about those relationships, which is absolutely true, the travesties of slavery, and this tells a different story.
Yes, the horrors are still there, but what I'm inviting the reader to do is look at the ways in which human beings act inconsistently across time. So you have white slaveholders who are freeing some women and children in whom they've invested themselves emotionally and financially. And these women and children are able to improve their lives. Now, it doesn't mean that life is easy for them, but they are able to see, you know, I have a little bit more power because this person has acknowledged my humanity.
It's so powerful when you think about these men having children with the slaves and then giving them inheritances and taking care of them and sending them outside of the South. One family in particular, significant for us here in Colorado, the Townsends, a man named Osborne Townsend. He lived in Georgetown. He was a silver miner and a barber, and he also came from a very wealthy family, his father being the plantation owner. Tell us about him.
Samuel Townsend was originally from Virginia, and he settled in Huntsville, Alabama. On the eve of his death, he freed his 9 children with 5 enslaved women and their cousins and those women and their husbands and their next of kin, and left them his estate, which was worth $200,000 in today's currency. That's $5.1 million.
2 slaves and their children. It's amazing. Was it hard, though, for you to tell this story? Very
difficult, because like most people, I know about the difficult moments, the coercion, right? When people don't have a say in their lives. But then how do you find meaning in this other narrative?
Your book really, at points, it really gave me chills, and I want people to know how they can meet you and have this discussion with you. This weekend, Dr. Green will be reading from her book on Saturday at the Barnes & Noble on Colorado Boulevard in Glendale. You can meet her, have a conversation. That's from 1 to 3 this coming Saturday. Dr. Green, this book is outstanding. Thank you so much for traveling all the way to Colorado to visit us.
Thank you for having me here.
We'll be right back.